Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be talking about something interesting. We're going to be talking about how to build your credit. So I moved to Canada 5 years ago. No, sorry, almost 6 years now. I had no idea what credit was. I'd never had credit card. I didn't know how to build credit. Like I literally knew nothing. So I moved here just like everybody else. And then I heard, oh, you have to build your credit. For you to get that thing, you have to have a good credit. For you to get this, you have to have a good credit. I'm like, credit? What does that even mean? So I moved there 2013, right? I moved as an international student, I settled in. Everything was good. When you're moving in as an international student, chances are you still have money on you, or because your parents are probably paying the fee. So you don't really feel it that much. So you're like, okay, we're just going to keep going. So I did everything, either cash, debit, or just a cash debit for everything. I didn't have to use a credit card. So I stayed away from everything, but I got a phone. And I didn't know the phone had a plan, and the plan actually shows on your credit. So that was on my credit, and I didn't know. Like, I had no idea something was on my credit. I didn't like the phone, so after like 2 months, I sold the phone and I canceled the plan. But not knowing I already had something on my credit without even knowing what credit was. So I went in like that. I was like super scared of doing anything with credit. I didn't take a credit card. So after a while, I'm like, I can't just keep buying everything on cash. I have to eventually build my credit. Then I started working at a place called Moneymat, and I get to know a lot about credit. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna start. But the thing is, when you're an immigrant, you don't qualify for credit card with most banks. Some of them will give you a credit card with like $500 limit, or some of them will actually make you get a prepaid credit card. So you have to have your own 500 on the card, and then you can spend the 500 and you don't exceed the 500. But the one I got was the CIBC, and I was able to get 500 credit, and then you just keep pushing from there. So I got my first credit card in 2015. It was my limit was $500, and that was how I started. So I'm like, I did some research. I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna touch my credit card. I didn't use it for a while because I was just so scared. But later I'm like, you still have to build your credit some kind of way. So I started using it. But I started using it for minor things like paying my phone bills and things like that. So the first step in getting on track with your credit is you want to get a credit card. A phone plan is always a good thing, but a phone plan is a lot different than a credit card. So you want to start with a credit card. Once you get your credit card, you have to use your credit card. Don't be like me, don't just keep it in the house because you're super scared of credit. So you have to use your credit card. But I suggest starting with things like phone bills. Maybe you have Netflix, you can set up prioritized payments of your Netflix on there. Do like minor things that you know you can easily pay off. And the next thing is paying off your credit card bill. This is a trap. It's so easy for you to go offline, or for you to go like miss your way completely if you do not pay your credit card bill in full. I know some people will say, oh, you can pay up to 70%, or you can pay up to 50%. If you're trying to start, you're trying to build a credit for the first time, do not do that. Pay your credit card bill in full. Make sure you only put things you can afford on your credit card, so you can pay it off at the end of the billing cycle. Most billing cycles are like 28 days or 25 days for some banks. Always, I beg you, always pay your credit card bill in full. And then once you start getting comfortable with it, you know your way around it, then increase your limit. What most people don't know is you can actually increase your limit every 6 months. When I got my first credit card, my limit was 500, like I just said. As of last year, my limit is 15,500. So I went from $500 to 15,500 within a span of 3.5 years. Yeah, you can actually increase your credit every 6 months. Just call your bank, set a reminder on your phone. Call your bank and be like, hey, my name is so. I have a credit card with you guys. I've been consistent with my payments. Can I increase my credit? They'll be like, yeah. So they'll look at you. Obviously they'll do a credit check. Don't be scared about that. They'll do a credit check. They're trying to build your credit. So the things you do along the way doesn't really matter. Is where you're going that really matters, right? They'll do a credit check. Once they see, oh, you have a job, you make a payment on time, chances are they're gonna increase your credit limit rather. So the first time I got it was 500. I went from 500 to like 3,000, and then like 7,500, and then 10,000, and now I'm at 15,500. But if you don't call them to increase it, or you already messed it up by spending the old limits on your credit card, obviously you're not gonna get the increase. And owing 1,000 on your credit that has 10,000 on it versus owing 1,000 on a credit that has 3,000 on it, they're totally different things. So let's say my credit card is 3,000, like my credit card limit is 3,000 Canadian dollars, and I spend 1,000, and maybe I'm unable to pay my payment. 1,000 looks bad on 3,000 compared to when my limit is 10,000 and I spend 1,000. 1,000 out of 10,000 looks like nothing. Do you get what I'm trying to explain? Yeah. So always having having a higher limit is a lot better than having lesser limit. Call in every 6 months and increase the credit limit until you get to a point where you're comfortable with what you have, you're comfortable with your credit scores, and for you to know where you are, you have to track your credit. There's so many apps available right now that for you to track your credit. I personally use Credit Karma and Borrow Well. Credit Karma is for me, it's a lot, it's easy and it's free. You can download the app. You can also check on the website. If you don't want to keep checking all the time, you can just put it on your computer and just go on the computer when you need to check it. They'll send you email like once or twice a month just to know what your credit score is, if there's any increase or decrease and things like that. So we're just gonna do a recap. For you to build your credit, you need a credit card. Once you get a credit card, you use a credit card. Don't just use the credit card, pay off your credit card bill in full. And when you pay off your credit card bill in full, you call in every 6 months to increase your limit. And don't just call in every 6 months to increase your limit if you don't know where your credit is at. So always make sure you keep track of your credit. I promise if you do all these things and you do them diligently, you don't spend more than what you make, you just see your credit keep growing. Like you just grow so well, and you're like, when I started, I didn't even know what my score was when I started. But when I started keeping track of my credit, I was around I think I was 720, and now I'm at 803. So it's easy. Trust me. Just stay within your limit. Make sure you keep track of your credit. Don't buy what you cannot afford. Your credit card is not a loan. It's not emergency money. If you need emergency money, go to your bank and get a loan, or go to anywhere else and pawn something. Do something else, but do not use your credit card like it's a loan. So if you have a business, don't do I'm gonna buy a car with my credit card and then try to sell the car. No, that's not what the credit card is for. Buying a car for 5,000, 6,000 on a credit card, that's way too much. There's no way you'll be able to pay it out. You just see yourself stuck in, and you end up paying minimum payments and take it 5 years, 6 years to pay off. No, you don't want to put yourself in that kind of situation. So always make sure you're keeping track of your credit. Do not spend what you don't spend what you do not have. And that's it. I will also put a link to my ebook. I just wrote an ebook. It's just basically everything I just said right now. It's about 2 pages. So if you have time, you can try to check it out. And that's it.